The Eagles' offense has felt a lot smoother these last 2 weeks, and I think one of the best things they've been doing is using more of these under center type looks. You're used to seeing Jalen Hurts back there in the shotgun, Saquon Barkley to either side of him, and say your running back is to this side. A lot of times, they're working this inside path, they're working in this just general direction that gives the defense a little bit less of a reason to have to worry about runs to that same side that they're lined up on. Now, under center, with that running back straight behind Jalen Hurts here, is you're going to have just more reason to believe that all of these runs can work in these different directions. And when you get your 6 offensive linemen on the field, now we're giving the defense reasons to think, hey, we're getting really heavy over here. You have to bump this linebacker over. You have to respect what's going on in this general direction. And it really pays off for the Eagles here. You're going to see these strong double teams up here getting to the linebacker. You're going to see these double teams that are able to work up here. You're going to see Dickerson able to cut off this linebacker. If this linebacker's here, it's a little bit harder, right? You have to hit it there and go ahead and get back. You're going to trust your one-on-one here. This type of run, this kind of, to me, it's like a duo type of run where a lot of times you're seeing, is there a linebacker kind of presenting in this space? If yes, really bump that running back out to here. A lot of times it's a cornerback. You're going to trust Barkley one-on-one in that situation. But just looking at Barkley here, he's going to trust his vision where, you'll see a running back bounce out there, comfortable one-on-one a lot of times. But because we have good leverage, you're going to see Dickerson able to take this out to that linebacker. You're going to have all of this space, which it's not easy to make this cut, but really, really good job by Barkley. You're not going to have a chance facing this guy. So a nice job of getting under center. We're forcing the defense to respect what we are doing based on our formation, based on our alignment. This is going to be another example. We have Cam Latu, tight end, kind of fullback type. We're going to be condensed to the top of the screen, receiver on the numbers. We're going to end up just, you're double teaming back to that linebacker, fullback working up to the second level. Look, this is just a 4-yard run. And you can ask me, why am I showing you a 4-yard run? Really, it's to set up something else that's going to happen down the line. I want you to look at what's going to happen with these linebackers. It's that same look, right? We're condensed to our tight end. We're on the numbers. We have our tight end / fullback in the backfield, that 2 tight end kind of personnel. Off the snap, these linebackers have to fill that space, right? They have to respect it because I'm actually giving you something that we ran before that you're going to feel like, all right, well, Latu's working here. I can't just, vacate and go ahead and block there. What does that open up? All of this space in the middle of the field. We're playing 1-2 on 1-2-3, where a lot of times, whatever your concept is, whether you're crossing in this direction and going underneath, like your safety has to kind of go in one direction. Now we're running away from leverage. I want you to just look again. What does this fake do to these linebackers? It draws them in. We've done that with formation and with personnel. I want you to look at what a flash fake kind of looks like from shotgun. This is from the Eagles against the Giants earlier this season. And I mean, this is kind of a function of shotgun offenses. And now there are obviously positive things here where you're in the shotgun and now you have more of a quarterback run type threat. But let's look at the linebackers. Linebackers don't have anything to bite on, right? And this is not like, oh, the quarterback's doing something awful. This is what happens. You see this flash fake. This is not what it looks like all the time. You're going to see it being a little bit of a harder fake at times as well. But it's just harder overall to have like, oh, my quarterback's going to lean in and really be a hard fake. I'm really going to kind of pull all these linebackers in. I mean, these guys are already in their past responsibility. So let's go ahead and go back to that. Under center, hard play action, heavy personnel, all the space. I mean, this guy's a star, right? Any kind of advantage that you're giving him, that's such a positive for your offense. So 2 nice examples where you're able to get that under center type look. You're able to create positives for your offense. You're dictating the terms of engagement to the defense. And I thought the Eagles did a good job against the Giants of getting to different run concepts too. Here we're going to get a pin and pull type look. We're going to pull, probably the best right tackle that's ever played the game. To me, I really like this because if you're wanting to play with 2 tight ends in the NFL, your second tight end is generally not as good of a blocker as your 5 offensive linemen. That's, to me, that's like no offense to anyone, right? It is a hard job to constantly block these big tight bodies. But the best offenses, to me, do a good job of, find a way to double team that guy, right? Like all we need to do is hold him off just a little bit. Let's get some assistance from another guy. I can't, live and die just based on a tight end blocking a guy one-on-one for my whole entire concept to work. So we're going to see here, right? You get a little bit of assistance there. You're able to create exactly what you need, right? This is the lane that you need because that Lane Johnson, when he is working out there, he's just going to kick the guy out, right? He is the best right tackle to ever play the game. It's awesome. You get a second lineman working into space. If you're a defensive back here, you have like no one wants to be in that situation. That's a tough spot. Barkley obviously able to hit that gap. Look at Jordan Mailata. Video's getting long here, but let's look at Jordan Mailata. I kind of wish Jordan Mailata could play running back. Dude's running like a gazelle out there. But just another example, right? What are we doing? We are getting under the center. We are getting heavy. We are forcing the defense to get into a certain type of look. We're also giving our guys a little bit of an advantage. We saw it in that first snap, right? Where the linebackers kind of inside a little bit, left guard has an easier job. We saw it in that play action snap. Linebackers are flying downhill against play action. Let's kind of throw it behind him. Now, here we have good angles overall. We have athletic linemen. We have an explosive play for an Eagles offense that I think is improving. I think the best days for this offense are still ahead of them. I hope that they continue to use these under center type looks. We saw it really positive against the Vikings. We saw it work really well against the Giants. Have to assume that we're also going to see it work as we get further along in this season.